great party, isn't it?
Hello, welcome back to the Blood Bros, and this is Wes Craven's Swamp Thing, which is an absolute disaster that got ruined by studios and was cost $2 million to make.
It sucks.
Studios kept on having to make script changes and cut the budget for like $2 million, which is small for even 1982 because the highest budgeted superhero back then was Superman, and that cost 53. So very small budget, multiple script change, and it shows in the final product. And
Because it's
also this
awful.
one, yeah, and also this won't be the first time. It'll be one of the many times the studios messed up Wes Craven's movies.
Well, I think this isn't like a Zack Snyder like Justice League case where like Wes Craven doesn't have like another 2 hours of completed footage where there's a good movie in this somewhere.
Yeah.
The costume itself's bad. Like this movie is it's pretty much destined to be bad. It's got a bad script. It's horrible. The costumes. It's like, did Wes Craven?
Well, we haven't gotten to we haven't even gotten to like the positives yet. We're just
real quick. Did Wes Craven even like shoot the ending, or did they like hire someone else like in the studio to like add that in?
Add what in?
The very ending, like the final fight.
I don't know.
Because that felt kind of.
Pretty sure not.
It felt kind of weird. I don't know if Wes Craven directed that.
I'm pretty sure that it was. You know that meme, like that Star Trek meme where that guy's fighting the Godzilla thing? That's exactly what it looks like.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It looks like a Godzilla monster in like one of those.
Let's just get on to our positives left. Okay. You go first.
This will be quick, am I right? The one thing I will say was quite cool. The main actor in it, the guy that plays the doctor that becomes Swamp Thing, he plays the dad in Twin Peaks, which is a TV show I like, and I just think that's cool.
That's all you liked?
I liked him. Oh wait, no, there's more than that. I would look. This is weird. This is hard to say. This is. I must refrain before I say this. This is a terrible, awful movie, but this was the first Wes Craven movie where I can say I liked it. You know what I mean?
Mainly because it was so bad that it was amazing.
It was incredible. It was astounding. Really bad. It was so bad it's good.
Same. I'm guessing you're done. You're done.
I guess that's a positive. I'm trying to think of something like genuinely. All right, so when the doctor he like goes into the river, right?
Yeah.
That looked pretty cool. You gotta admit that.
Like when it's set on fire.
No, when like the river, it's like all green and it's like twirling around. It's like, oh, that looks kind of cool.
I do not remember that.
You don't remember that? All right, so like when the doctor guy he jumps in the lake and the lake's full of chemicals. It's like it's all green and it's like twirling around, and I was like, oh, that looks not bad.
No, but I don't remember that. My positives. I will say that for the most part, the action is pretty good. When it's like Swamp Thing versus the humans, like when it's Swamp Thing versus the humans, it is good.
I would disagree.
Okay, and I thought there were like moments of like this movie being kind of good when it's like Swamp Thing like going back to his to the burnt building. That was nice, and other than that, the movie for me is so awful, is terrible.
It's atrocious.
That I love it. It is amazing.
It's kind of beautiful in a way.
It's beautiful, even though the studio messed that up, and I'm not sure. And the studio messed it. I'm not sure how much the studio messed it up, but they messed it up. But I would not have it any other way.
All right, I gotta say one thing though. I thought this was supposed to be a kids movie.
Oh, it's PG, yeah.
It's not PG.
This is before the PG-13 rating.
And they rated this PG? What the heck, bro? I mean, I know like you can get away with like some stuff with PG,
Are you
like
talking about when the main woman character was taking a bath in the swamp?
well, there's like
Huh.
multiple like scenes of nudity, dude. Like the scene where like they're in the dude's like club and they're about to have dinner. There's like this super unnecessary like 3 minutes of just this woman dancing.
When? What movie did you watch?
If you didn't
I
see
don't.
that, maybe I watched the pirated version. They added that in. Nah, for real though, it was in there. It was in the movie. Like
Oh my god.
there was a scene in the movie where like there was this naked woman like dancing for like 3 minutes straight in this guy's club. Like you know, at the end of the movie, where like they're sitting at the table and they're like testing out the serum.
On the guy,
Yeah, and he like turns into a pig.
or
So
like a midget,
yeah, a
a
midget
midget
pig. What
dog,
the
a
heck?
midget dog,
Is
dog.
is kind of like a pig. But like right before that, like introducing the scene, maybe you fast forwarded through this, but
I did not.
there's like a naked woman like dancing there for like 3 minutes.
I don't know what version of the movie you watched. Um,
I watched the director's cut.
the director's cut. Oh, it had a director. It had a director's cut.
No, no, I didn't.
Oh. Okay. Let's move on
Um,
to the mixed.
real quick, no, real quick. So
Yeah.
this is a kids movie though, right?
It was PG, but back then PG was more like PG-13.
Why was it so bloody though?
I don't know. I wasn't in the 80s,
I don't
but P
get this.
but PG in the 80s must have been awesome because if they could do that, then shame on PG now.
Well, I was just feeling like I was considering watching this like outside of my room, like with my brother and stuff. And I'm watching it in my room, and there's like that 3 minute scene, and like there's a scene where like this guy's dead, and I'm like, I thought this is a like a comic book movie for like little kids. Like you got this goofy costume, like running around in the forest. Like, isn't this for the kids? You know what I'm saying?
I have no idea what this movie was for. I have. It, it goes from campy. Okay, let's go to the mix first before we tear this movie apart. Mixed. We don't have any mixed, do we?
I guess the music. It was done by the dude that did the Friday the
Right.
13th score.
Yeah, you could kind of hear it a bit.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
Eh.
Negatives.
Uh, yo, I'm gonna have to say that that little kid. You know who I'm talking about?
Yes, the
That
little.
guy. Oh
Where
my
was his
god.
father? He
Yeah,
just
what was
lives
he
in this.
doing, dude? He just
He
lives
was
by
living in
himself.
this rundown gas station, going like, "Oh, cool, cool. What? He. That is literally his entire personality. Like, okay, what's going on here, folks? Hi, I just live here all alone in the gas station, and I never come up ever again after I'm resurrected."
Yeah, I was
That's a literal scene.
yeah, they like resurrect him, and it's like, what was his purpose? You know what I'm saying? Like,
To
does
be
he?
the to be the comic relief, to be like the little boy in Indiana Jones at the Temple of Doom.
He wasn't even funny though.
Neither of them were
He
funny.
didn't have a line. He should have. He should have been like, me, and that's what I'm saying. Like he should have said something like that.
Instead, he just lives in this abandoned
Yeah, when like
gas station
Swamp
without
Thing's
a
like
fuck.
tearing apart this guy, he's like ripping his arms off. He should have been like, and that's what I'm saying.
Okay, continue.
Uh, the costume is horrible. Oh, it's horrible. It's like, it's like, I don't even know. It's like what's the store? The store, the store where you get costumes. For Halloween. Party
That's just
City.
called the yeah
They
Party
got it out
City.
of a Party City, man.
I don't. Did Party City exist back then?
It could have. I don't know. But pretty much, that's like the level we're talking here. Like Party City level costume. I mean, $2 million budget. You could have done better than that. It was like rubbery and stuff, and like, or like plasticky, and there's like no texture to it at all. It's like what?
Yeah.
And not not to mention the final creature costume with the
Pigman bear.
yeah, that
That's
guy
what
at the end with the
that's what I
sword.
call it.
Oh my god.
Well, what is he gonna do with that? Bullets are literally bouncing off Swamp
But
Thing.
how do you get a
What
sword? Like he
what is
just
this
whips out a sword.
Excalibur sword? What is this Excalibur sword he's gonna use? Like the sword in the stone that he's going to like. What is he gonna do? He stab him? Nothing's gonna happen.
Like, but like, what has the movie become at this point? Like, when you get to that point, it's like, what am I even
I can't
watching
even
anymore?
come up with a quote from the movie.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
watched
that's
this
what
movie.
I'm saying.
I mean, I watched this movie with my family, and we all made fun of this movie the entire time.
Good for you. I wish I would have been,
I don't
because
know
that would have
what
been fun.
naked. I don't know what naked lady scene you
I'll
saw in
send you
that.
it. I'll send you
You don't need to. I don't want it. I can't get caught.
it. No, it's on Tubi. Where'd you watch the movie on?
I watched it on Voodoo.
Oh, that's probably why. It's probably cut out. They
Ah.
possibly because the version of the movie I saw had like plenty of nudity. It was unnecessary. It was like one of the complaints I had. You probably saw the better version of the movie then.
I'm pretty sure, or it's the same except for the nudity.
Yeah, but that makes it like the better version. It
It
like
depends on who you're asking. I should not say that's me. That's not say that's me. Okay, go forward with your negatives.
dude, like I can't even like list them, dude. It's just like it's like a discussion here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's just like let's just bash this real quick. Like the whole thing, because
Yeah.
I can't get onto one thing. The whole thing's just terrible, awful, atrocious.
It's horrible. I don't think it's the worst Wes Craven movie I've seen so far because The Last Toss on the Left. Ugh.
You don't like? Yeah, I don't like that movie a lot either. But
Yeah, to me, I'm just gonna get this ranking out of the way. It's a 5 out of 10.
oh, you want to get your rating out of the way? So I'll get mine
Yeah.
out of the way. It's a 2 out of 10. It's awful.
It's terrible.
Exactly.
My mom even said it's horrible,
She's right.
and
It's
she grew
horrible.
up in the 80s, so this should have been perfect for her.
Oh no, dude! Like I've been watching stuff from '80s. There's a lot of good stuff made in the '80s, like RoboCop, The Shining,
Yeah,
Raging Bull. A lot of good stuff.
I heard.
Die Hard, They Live. There's other ones. There's other ones. I'm just like,
There's other ones,
yeah.
but yeah,
This,
this is early 80s.
yeah, this shouldn't have been made.
Oh,
Just
it
to
should
to
have.
be
Well,
100% honest.
we know it should have been made to make money.
Yeah, that's why it was made, but it shouldn't have been made. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're
I've.
like, I want to make a movie, right? And
Mhm.
you see what you have to work with to make the movie, and you're working with the stuff they had to work with in this movie, just give up. Just don't even make it. Because the costumes, dude, like, that's your main character.
I didn't mind the costume all that much.
It is pretty bad. And the makeup on the face, too, like, you can see where, like, you can see his skin coming through it.
I don't know what version. I think I saw the one that was a bit blurry because I saw the one that looked like it was straight out of like an 80s television, so maybe I couldn't see it.
Yeah, that's probably why. Mine was decent quality.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay,
So, some bad stuff with it.
the final fight is bad. Like he's literally like smashing the sword in the water like a toy, like a 5-year-old with a toy like yeah, yeah, like with the sword in the middle of the swamp and he's like fighting and the it's stupid.
It's so atrocious. It's like that's why I was thinking like that had to be like a studio reshoot.
I
Cause
don't think it was.
But how could Wes
I
Craven make this? This acclaimed
Wes
like
Craven.
director.
Did I already told you, studio force decisions.
Well, like, did they? So basically, what you're telling me is they were like, "Hey, this movie isn't too good, so let's put in this like pig demon with the
No,
sword."
no. That's not how it works. Because when you're a young filmmaker, studios don't trust you as much, so they think they know what's better, so they will make the movie they want instead of letting you take their creative vision. Which, as we will learn throughout this review series, is you should always let the director have creative control.
Yeah, I'm aware of that stuff. It's just I don't get like why he would even like direct it to begin with, because he
Because he wanted to
was.
get away from the horror genre. He wanted to get away from it
But this
because
is kind of also kind of Grindhouse E in a way. Like it's not even a full on kids movie. Like I said, the cut of the movie I watched wasn't even a kids movie.
back then it would have been considered a kids movie.
Well, he did a bad job at making a kids movie.
No. That would literally pass as a kids movie back in the 80s. I
That's
am not
crazy to
joking.
me. If you saw the things I've seen in this movie,
That stuff was probably cut. You probably saw some added footage stuff.
I hope it was, because if that was the movie itself, Jesus, that's bad.
Yeah, it's horrible. Um, I'm sorry. I don't think I'll be able to get a quote from this movie today. This will be the one video where I won't quote the movie
I
because
I gotta
there's
find
nothing
something for you.
quotable about it.
Yeah, there's like nothing good.
There's nothing. I
Hey,
mean,
look
it's
over there,
fun.
it's Swamp Thing.
I mean, it's fun. I'm not gonna lie. It can be fun. It can be a guilty pleasure.
Yeah, it's just not.
But it's terrible. It is so bad that it's terrific. Which is one of the movie. There is another movie we will watch that is so bad that is terrific.
What is that?
Deadly Friend.
What is that
Yeah,
title?
I will explain everything when we get to it.
Yeah,
Trust me.
please do, because that title alone is kind of freaking me out.
Oh, the French bulldogs are in here. I have my Frenchies in here.
Ooh, French Bulldog.
Yeah. Ozzy, what are you doing in here? You're not supposed to be in here. Ozzy, go. Let me. Where's the little one?
And Mr. Collet, Collet.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
so
have to
either
say
way,
I prefer Wes Anderson to Wes Craven.
yeah, I don't think. Well, it's two different directing styles.
I know.
I'll,
I'm just saying, like in general. I think Wes Anderson's the better Wes as a director.
we'll see.
We'll
Because
see.
his career skyrockets after Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, but like, see, like Wes Andy never made a bad movie.
I've never. Well, that's opinionated.
Yeah, well, like, I mean, like, really, like, has he made a movie as bad as Swamp Thing?
I don't know. I've never seen most of his movies. Heightens. Stop it. That was my French.
Okay.
So,
So, how about you say some like more negatives?
yeah, like I said, so bad that's terrific. Nothing is really all that memorable. The love story, that thing is forced.
Is
It doesn't feel natural. It's not natural. That's not natural.
it's not natural.
After like one canoe ride, they're already head over heels in love. That's all it takes.
Yeah, not a fan of the
No,
dialogue either. Like that.
no, that's all it takes.
Yeah.
If that's all it took, then I'd be. Okay, no, I'm not. I
Wait,
can't.
what? Say it. Say it, please.
I'd be if I it was that simple to like you would have to watch like the movie yourself to know what I'm talking about, but the chemistry they fell all in love like the second they meet. Like this. It's literally like this. And the guy's married for crying out
He's not
loud.
married. That was his sister.
Really?
And yeah, in the version of the movie I saw, it was his sister. She like
Dude,
thought
what
they were
poor
married, but then the sister says like our dad like passed away. She says something like he's just like our dad. He's like hardworking, and she's like describing it. What bad dialogue, by the way. Now that I think about that, that's pretty
Yeah,
bad dialogue.
I couldn't hear because the audio was terrible. But and for a moment I was about to say, oh, they were brother and sister. I was like, what Pornhub
What
version
the?
did you watch?
Eh.
Because you mentioned naked scenes and and I thought they were husband and wife.
No,
And
see, like in the version I watched, the woman he falls in love with thinks that they're like married, but like later on,
I think I remember them saying that, but again, my mind was immediately like, they're brother and sister. Like,
yeah,
he just cheated on them in front of her. I mean, the
that makes
villain is
it.
yeah,
You
but
go.
yeah, I think it was they were brother and sisters. Also, what a third tier Bond villain we got in this movie.
Yeah, we got a Bond villain. Let's go.
No, it wasn't like an actual like actor from one of the Bond
No,
movies.
it
It was like,
was.
no, it wasn't. I've
Yes, it
seen all
was.
the Bond.
Look him up. He's actually in one of the Bonds.
Octopussy. I remember now.
Aiden, watch your mouth, bro.
No, that's literally the title of the
I
movie.
I know I'm messing with you.
Yes, yeah. Full disclaimer: that is the actual name of a Bond movie. Octopussy.
Okay.
Do you know what they named one of the Bond girls in the Bond movies? Pussy Galore. That is a
Aiden, oh my God, watch your
actual
mouth,
name
bro.
from a Bond movie. I am not joking. Let's
That's a
continue on.
legendary name.
It is.
That's a glorious name.
Also, yeah, third tier Bond villain we have here. Like he's literally, like, I'm evil. Do stuff for me. I will rule the world. He's like this mustache twirling. He's the stereotypical mustache twirling villain.
Yeah, I
He,
liked the henchman dude played by the guy from Last House on the Left.
you noticed that too.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, that's a cool cameo. Bringing guys back from your older work, Wes. I see you.
Wes Craven alumni were gained here.
Alumni? What?
You know, like people who reappear.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
like
wish he reappeared
we
more
got
because I checked his
Pluto from
filmography and he was like only in like two Wes Craven. Same thing with Pluto. He was only in two. Like Wes, you can
no
fill these guys in.
three because remember Hills of Ice
Oh,
Patos.
part two, yeah.
That one's gonna be miserable.
Yeah.
Although
Ugh.
trust me, we will. What? Though trust me, I'm. I. I don't know what I was gonna say.
uh,
The reason as to why like the antidote works is, did you see the scene like when they were in the torture and Swamp Things explain like how the Swamp Thing antidote works?
it's
They
something with like the
literally
light, right?
they literally say the only reason why I'm strong, like Swamp Thing says why I'm strong, is because I was strong inside.
Oh yeah,
That
yeah,
is,
that's what he said.
like, it all depends on your soul, your inner self. Dumb. That is dumb.
That's a bad line.
I don't care how cheesy your movie it is. That is dumb. What kind of studio executive thought that would be a great idea to have in the script?
What if Wes Craven came up with that?
Dude, I have seen most of Wes's work. No. I've seen movies he's written. He's not that crazy.
Yeah, yeah. I
Well,
could see a studio interference with that.
he had like an idea of it, or like an element of that,
Or maybe that was like the theme of the movie
or
or something like that.
maybe he was just tired from rewriting that. He just like, sure, why not?
Yeah. I
There is
think
no way this could have been written by, because there's no way. I mean, Wes Craven cannot have done that,
yeah.
because this movie, the whole entire reason as to why he becomes Swamp Thing and the midget guy and the Pigman Bear from like, what was the TV show? South Park. Pigman Bear.
Pigman Bear, yeah.
Yeah. The entire reason is stupid. I mean, So deep inside, he's just a swamp. Is that what he's saying? And then deep inside the henchman, he's a midget, a furry midget.
A
And
pig
then it's
midget.
deep inside the third tier Bond villain whose name I could not care to remember.
He's like Ganon.
Some sort of like
He's pretty
poor
much Ganon.
man's.
He's like a pig with like a
He is
sword.
like poor man's Ganon.
Yeah, and his costume is so bad.
And with the Excalibur sword, like
That
yeah.
was bad too. Like,
And the whole, they literally, and the movie gets super dumb. Like I was like enjoying like this is like a mediocre superhero. The movie literally has like it literally goes from mediocre to terrible. You can literally see it throughout the runtime how horrible this movie gets.
yeah, I
Like
think
it starts off mediocre, like until the guy like as soon as the guy like literally falls into the water as he's being set on fire, that was the part where I was like, maybe this movie isn't that bad. Maybe.
mhm.
And then we get to the entire part where Swamp Thing is like where had Adriana girl from the fog is running around the swamp and Swamp Thing's messing things up and I was like, this is not that great. This is bad. And then it gets laughably bad where they villain literally has like a secret like whirlpool that leads to the other end of the swamp. And
Yeah,
it's literally in this like labyrinth style dungeon.
I think he was tired. Like Wes
Who?
Craven, he was like he
Yeah,
started making the movie and he was like putting a lot of like effort into it at first, and then he like
yeah.
he it
And
kind
then
of
the
felt like he
studios came
gave
in.
up, especially by the end. Like he was just sick
Yeah,
of the project. It felt like.
because of all the studio rewrites and all that.
Sure, it just like by the
No,
end he
that
just
is
felt like let me end it. So he just put the camera wherever. He didn't like really care that much.
he was like, okay, you guys want me to rewrite this? Okay, this is what you're gonna get.
Yeah, and then he
It,
just filmed like a guy in a costume running around with a sword, like poorly
and the movie
choreographed.
and the movie got 63 on Rotten Tomatoes.
See, that's what's crazy to me. I looked up like rankings for like Wes
The
Craven, and
tomato score, you seen the tomato score?
yeah, I have, and it's like, why is it so highly rated? Like compared to his other work, like this is
Maybe it's one of those
higher up
movies where
than.
it's nostalgia heavy. It's nostalgia heavy. It has to be.
Doesn't
Like
deserve it though.
it doesn't. It doesn't at all.
This movie's
Okay.
like, oh, like near like, oh, there's like
It's
almost nothing good about it.
except that it's
So
except
bad
for
it's
like
good.
the beginning, except for like the first like 30 minutes are just okay.
Yeah, they're
Except for
just kind of eh.
like I like the part where like the actual like military is actually sieging onto like the research facility. That was actually I was like, this is pretty cool.
Yeah,
I
that
actually
was an
like
okay moment.
I like that, especially when he's like running into the swamp and he's like kind of like a one shot and it's really cool stunt work in that scene.
Yeah, yeah, it's all right. You know what? I'll give it to you. That's an all right scene.
it has its moments like sprinkled throughout. I mean, like I said, I kind of like the action with Swamp
Very
Thing.
slightly sprinkled out.
Yeah, like I kind of liked the action a little until it got to like Pigman Bear
Yeah,
stuff.
that
Either
was
all,
laughably. There was many times during this movie where I was just
I was
laughing at it.
me and my stepdad were making fun of it the entire time, and we loved it.
Good
This
for you guys.
this is one of those movies where you'd watch with your friends, you'd drink a couple of sodas, or if you're an adult, beer, and you just have a ball.
Yeah, you get wasted and you just roast the heck out of it.
Don't do that to any children watching this.
No, get wasted on soda. That's what I meant.
Soda. Sprite gets me wasted. Do that.
Sprite gets me wasted.
So either way, yeah, this movie's horrible. This this movie is
It's
so
atrocious.
bad. It's so. Do you have any other words than atrocious?
Awful, insanely bad. I don't know. My vocabulary is very limited when it comes to this movie. I mean, like,
It is so bad to me. 5 out of 10, mainly because it is enjoyable
Enjoyable.
to me. It's so bad that it's terrific. I'd still recommend you watch it just to see the horrible, so bad that it's good stuff.
Yeah, yeah. It kind of. I enjoyed it the same way I enjoy Daredevil. You know that movie? It,
I heard the director's cut was actually really good.
that's the version I watched. It was
Oh.
still kind of funny.
I heard
It
they
had
cut out
some.
the love story a little bit.
I don't really know because I haven't seen the theatrical, but it was kind of still kind of funny, kind of goofy. You got a lot of Colin Farrell in there.
Yeah.
His character.
I've only watched the theatrical cut,
It's
which is
interesting seeing like bad comic book movies, though. I always find those more interesting than the
yeah.
average one.
Yeah.
Partially because the structure of them, like this is structured a lot like a typical um superhero movie, like Hulk
Early
or
2000s
Iron
superhero
Man or like
movie.
yeah, just like an origin story superhero movie. It's structured the
Then
same
we
way.
then we
It
should
just
eventually cover Morbius because I heard that was like the most plain superhero movie.
I don't know.
You
Maybe if we see
you
it
seen the
sometime this
tomato?
year, then we can discuss
I
it
don't
on
think
here.
we're I don't want to review it though. I don't even want to watch it. My dad's hyped
Same.
for the movie and I'm like, have you seen like the tomato score? This movie's doing terrible
It
right
just
now
I watched the trailers too,
critically.
and it just looks bad, like really really bad.
I had some hope for like when the final trailer came out, but even I was like, at best this is gonna be mediocre. Then I saw the 17 on Rotten Tomatoes, and I was like, there is no hope I'm gonna enjoy this.
Yeah,
This
no.
already looks this already looked terrible by the trailers. There is no way I was gonna like it now, because at least for a movie that we're eventually gonna cover, My Soul to Take, the trailers at least I'm like, I'll probably enjoy it. Maybe I'll be like one of the people that's like, this movie did not deserve a 10 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah,
Maybe
maybe.
I'll
I don't
But
know.
I could be very wrong.
I
I could
mean,
be wrong.
Rotten Tomatoes did give this a 60, so you could be right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just got a call from Scam Likely.
Wow. Just knowing though that the Rotten Tomatoes score for this is higher than the Rotten Tomatoes score for Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, that's absolutely insane to me.
Rotten Tomatoes is never usually wrong. Is It's so weird. They're sometimes always right and we always don't believe them. But then they're wrong and we but then they are wrong and we don't believe them.
Their format's weird. They have like basically like a couple hundred, I want to say, like film critics, and that's for
Yeah.
the critic section.
All those snooty critics.
Exactly. Like
Who's
it's
like, no, this is not funny. This is dumb. We deserve smart humor. We deserve something. I don't know.
well, like even like still like Black Panther is the highest rating movie on there, so
Even though the CG in that movie is,
not
you've seen
good.
the finale. You've seen the finale. I thought it was like okay when I first watched it, but
It's a
I was like,
decent movie.
I don't remember. I don't know why it's so highly rated. I could barely remember a thing except for Killmonger repeating the exact same thing during their first fight over and over again. You
I
notice
I
that?
can't remember that, no, but uh
I
I
couldn't remember anything about that movie, but we're missing going from the point. Yeah,
yeah.
like I said, 5 out of 10. You said 2 out of 10. This movie's terrible, but we still recommend it. We still recommend it because,
I
by
would
God,
make
this is so
it
much fun.
I would recommend it if you have the time and the patience for a bad movie and you're just like into
Oh,
bad movies.
anyone has the.
If
Oh,
well like
it
if
is a. This is one of those movies where it's the subtle art of so bad that's good. So
there's certain people out there I know that exist that don't get a lot of enjoyment out of so bad it's good. So I just want
yeah,
to say if you're not one of those people, don't watch this. You probably won't get much out of it. It's a
but if
pretty
to everyone
bad
else,
movie.
watch it.
Yeah,
Watch it.
watch it.
Get a
Yeah.
group. Get a group of friends. Get like your 5 friends.
Tell
Go
your
on to the
boys,
living
hey, tonight we're not going to Chuck E. Cheese, okay? We're gonna sit down and we're gonna watch Swamp Thing from
and
the
we are gonna
80s.
laugh and we are gonna laugh and cry together at how bad this movie is. But thankfully, we won't have to do that for long because our next movie is A Nightmare on Elm Street. The movie with the 95. Wait, what was it 94?
I
Whatever.
don't know. Everybody, go watch Nightmare on Elm Street for our next video.
Yeah.
Joke time. You got a funny
I
one?
definitely would. Let's get to it, and trust me, it's good. Oh,
Oh
don't
yeah.
confuse it. Though, don't confuse it for the 2010 remake. Watch the.
Oh, I heard
Make
that's
sure.
atrocious.
I heard only the one actually good thing about it was Jackie Earl Haley, but again, we'll get to it when we get to it.
All right. Joke
Like I
time.
said, this movie. I thought you were gonna say this movie's a 10 out of 10 as a joke.
That's a good idea. I should have done that. No more joke time. For real this time, go watch Ghost Dog Way of the Samurai. Goodbye, people.
What?